Hello, 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 everybody. I'm just checking my sound. I don't want to repeat of last night. Hello, everybody. Yay, that's working. It's just quite a bit of background noise. Don't know what to do about that. Oh well. How is everybody? Let's turn that off. If I'm really honest, let me just close that off quickly. If I'm really honest, I'm a little bit concerned. Little bit. Last night, my daughter told me that when she was playing Roblox, she came across somebody that had a sign up or something that said, look, I don't know this game, okay? I have no idea what goes on in it. But she came across the sign that said Black Lives Matter. And then she came across another sign that said All Lives Matter. Thanks, Donovan. And good evening, Mr. Punisher. And she said, well, yeah, all lives do matter, right? So without getting into the whole political debate, I just said to her, you know what, just stay away from stuff like that. But it left me with this huge conundrum because I'm a huge advocate for freedom of expression. And I believe that everybody should have their right to express themselves the way they feel they need to. But at the same time, I'm like, does this really belong on a kid's game? I mean, it's basically political propaganda. Look, I've had discussions with my daughter about why this has been such a big thing and it's all over social media and stuff. But she's 13, so I can explain to her that yes, it's wrong that this man was killed by a cop because the cop used excessive force. But do I believe that the cop did it because the man was black? No. Nobody believes that. I can have this discussion with a 13-year-old, but the thing is, it's not just teenagers that are playing these games. My son also plays it. And I just worry about those type of messages being on that platform. So I thought I'd talk about that tonight and see what other people think of it. Should it be allowed on that platform? Or what? So, stupid thing is? What's the stupid thing? My daughter's giving me some input. Yeah?
It doesn't allow you to say coronavirus or COVID-19. It just puts it in text.
Okay, so now she tells me that you can't say coronavirus or COVID-19 on Roblox. It hashtags it out. But Black Lives Matter can be on there. All Lives Matter can be on there. That really doesn't make sense. So they censor some things. So, like, what's the deal? What is the deal? Like, I'm just concerned that without all parents knowing it, these messages are getting through to our children. And the platforms are deciding which messages can get through to them. So they're censoring talk about coronavirus or COVID-19, but they're not censoring the political messages that are race-based. Like, Mr. Punisher has a comment for me. Kids need to be kids for as long as possible, so politics should stay away from it completely. Yeah, this is how I feel, and like, kids are on these platforms for a very, like, from very, very young. They're sitting with devices and they're sitting on these platforms. So, like, how do we protect our children? One moment. Wanting to keep my kids off of YouTube, and then they just walk within the camera shot.
Hey, I respect it.
Seriously need to put something up on this stupid glass door. Yeah, I wonder how we can, like, make all of these platforms safe for our children. Like, I don't see, the other thing is, like, I have a huge problem with the whole copper bill and all of the laws and everything that came into play on YouTube. And, like, now you have to specify if your video is made for kids, and if you use toys in your video, then you must specify that it is made for kids, and you could get a strike and you could get fined like $25,000 and all of this stuff. I don't agree with that at all, because I also think that parents should take a little bit more responsibility and actually keep an eye on what content their children are consuming. And I mean, obviously I do, and my child felt safe enough to come to me and say, "Yo, Mom, I saw this on Roblox," and yeah, but at the same time, I can't be sitting alongside them all the time when they're on devices, and when they're playing a game, I expect that to only be kids' content. You know what I mean? So, like, what do I do? What do I do? Just take devices away? Tell them they can't be on Roblox anymore? Tell them they can't play anything anymore? Like, yeah. She's sitting here emphatically shaking her head, like, "No, Mommy, no, no, please don't do that, Mommy."
I'm too much of a gamer for that.
So, like, you sit in a real conundrum as parents, because you don't know what's coming through. Mr. Punisher has some feedback. Educate them as best as you can. It's so hard. I can't imagine what parents go through in this day and age. We had it easy in so many ways. I tell you what, Mr. Punisher, I swear, if I could take devices away and just not let them have them at all, I would. I really would. But the thing is, a lot of our learning happens online. And yeah, a lot of the contact, especially because of lockdown, that they've had has been with their friends has been through games because there was no other option. So it's really, really, really difficult. Yeah, I can't take it away from them now. I can't. I know I can't. As it is, they misbehaved, so they're on a timeout from devices until the weekend. Or I don't know. Maybe it'll be till the end of the weekend. Probably till the end of the weekend because we have something fun planned for Saturday. So, yeah, it's just. And basically, I mean, if you look at kids now, they pretty much are teaching their parents how to use smartphones and stuff like that. Like they know things that smartphones do that nobody else, no other adult in the house knows. So, yeah. But like the whole thing came down to, for me, because Eleutheria believes in freedoms. Eleutheria believes in freedom of expression, freedom of speech. Eleutheria believes in all of these different freedoms. So last night I got like really angry that this was on a children's platform, and then I was like, okay, but you believe in freedom of expression, so like, are you being a hypocrite because now you don't want this on where your children are playing? What if it came up on a playground? How would you react then? And I think actually on a playground it would be a hell of a lot easier because I'd be able to sit down and talk to all the parties involved and say, what do you think Black Lives Matter means to you? And I'm not saying that Black lives don't matter, absolutely not. The sentiment behind the statement of Black Lives Matter, yes, absolutely 100% agree with. But the political movement that it has turned into, I mean, I don't want to have to get into all that nuance with a 13-year-old, really. But I did. Mr. Punisher gets his sister's kids to fix his phone. Yep. Pretty much kids know what they're doing when it comes to devices. So, yeah. So this is a bit of a somber stream, but it really is like a serious topic for me. Something that I don't really know how to handle too much. Thank you, Germ, for joining. I really appreciate it. I know you're a little bit late, so I'm going to do like a quick recap. Black Lives Matter was on a kids game that my kids play. And I'm wondering if freedom of expression should extend to children's platforms. And if, yeah. So, I don't know what you feel about that, Jim. Let me know. Send a comment. My children are standing at the door staring at me. Mr. Punisher, have you got sausage fingers? It's okay. I feel like I have sausage fingers on my phone sometimes too. My son is trying to push the boundaries of how far he can come before he gets on the camera. Can you like go tidy your bedroom or something? Go fold laundry. Yes, it should, but I would get rid of the game. I don't support BLM getting into our lounge. Yeah, the thing is, it wasn't the game. It was obviously from a specific gamer that had put it there, right? Yeah, it wasn't. The game didn't put it up. It was a gamer that had put it up. And then another gamer came along and said, all lives matter. And then my daughter was like, well, yes, I agree with that. And then like I had to get into the whole nuance behind the whole thing. Yeah, you didn't say to anybody on the game that you agreed or disagreed. Yeah, you walked away and you told me about what you'd seen.
Yeah, I didn't say anything.
200 characters, it's hard to explain sometimes. Yep. I hear you. Yeah, like, I don't know, Jim, do you think that the game, because now, okay, this is what my daughter told me. They can't put anything that says coronavirus or COVID-19 in the game because the game will hashtag it. It'll censor it out. So it censors that out, but it's not censoring Black Lives Matter out.
But mommy,
Yes?
are you talking about Roblox?
Yes, I'm talking about Roblox.
There's one game that Hannah mostly plays.
Mhm.
It's Adopt Me.
Mm-hmm.
There's one of them.
That's where I'm from.
Mm-hmm. It was in Adopt Me, which is part of Roblox.
Yes, it's a game in Roblox. Yeah, also, you can zoom in with this thing to your character, and when you can just do this to move your face.
Okay.
And this use.
Okay, but we're not talking about how you play the game. Okay, because I'm not a gaming channel.
The
Okay.
next to E is that one.
Can you please go find something to do in another room? Like go find Dad or something, please.
Go play Legos with Dad.
He doesn't. He's in his room.
Okay, so go watch TV with Dad, please.
But we can't.
Just go.
This is true because we took TV away. Just go to Dad, please. Go find something to do with Dad. Please. Can you tell my husband doesn't watch my streams? Because he doesn't know that I have an issue with a child. The lounge. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Alternatively, write it off, just some kids being weird. Yeah. Yeah, look, when my daughter came to me with it, I just said to her, okay, well, when there's stuff like that, like going on, just walk away from it. I don't believe that it belongs on a children's platform, but just walk away from it. And she said she did. She didn't even respond. Like, she didn't say all lives matter, no lives matter, nothing. She just walked away from it. And then she told me about it. So, yeah, I just, I made it very clear to her that I don't think that, there's anything that they should be worrying about as children. I mean, yeah. So the thing is, it's not just kids that play these games. So, yeah. But I have spoken to my children about being safe online and all of those things. So that's why when there's stuff that confuses them, they do come to me with it. And And I suppose that's the best we can do, right? Like, I can't exactly expect the platform to be keeping my kids safe, which I don't. And I completely disagree with the whole YouTube made for kids argument and all of that. I completely disagree with all of it. So, yeah. And yes, Jim, we know you meant write it off, not write it off the right hand. So, yeah, that's it's good to be able to talk about these things. Sorry, I'm looking for hand cream. Yes, it's a very good thing that my kids come to me. I've always been very aware of the fact that I need to be approachable, and that's why I like I'm strict, but I'm not how do I explain it? They know that they can come to me if they have a problem, and that they're not going to get like into huge amounts of trouble because they might have made a mistake, or like they know that they can talk to me about anything, and I'm not going to judge them. And I might look like I'm judging them because I'm like thinking through in my head like what's going on. So yeah. Yeah, Jim, I'm not going to be here for too much longer. I know you going on at 9. I knew you were going on at 9 before anybody else did. Because your guest let me know.
What? It's orange.
But you see, I like keep things quiet. And people start to tell me stuff. Camera, focus. And the dodgy idealist is here. Dodgy, you're going to have to watch from the beginning to catch the replay. But thank you for joining. Hello. And yeah, I'm going to sign off shortly because I actually want to catch the reactionaries live for a change. I always somehow manage to miss their streams. So, what?
The dog.
Oh, yeah, the dog's snoring. So yeah, I won't be going on for too long tonight. I just wanted to have something. Beth B. Stalker Supreme. I just wanted to talk about something tonight, and it just so happened that my daughter came to me with this thing that had come up on Roblox for her, and I thought we'd just discuss it. Being a freedom of expression extremist, and yeah, so thanks everybody for joining me tonight whilst I got this off my chest. And yeah, just if anybody comes across the stream and you have kids, just be aware that if they're using a device, there's a lot of stuff going on online that could you might not agree with. So just make sure that you always have that open relationship, that you can talk to them about it. And yeah, that's me for this evening. It's very busy in my house tonight. Nobody's settling, probably because it's very early. I haven't streamed this early before. So yeah, stay safe out there. And I'll probably be live tomorrow night, I think, but I am also recording tomorrow with my dear friend Cami. She's going to be talking about her Constantian Academy for Renaissance Education, which is basically a learning center that she started with her husband at the beginning of this year. So we're going to be recording about that. And yeah, everybody have a good evening. Mr. Punisher, I'll see you on other streams. Have a good evening. Cheers and stay safe.